Hi everyone, this is Lada from astrolada.com and I'm here with Kai giving you your weekly horoscope for the 22nd to the 28th of May. And it's pretty peaceful week, to be honest. The only big astrological event is a new moon in Gemini. We're going to speak more in depth about it, and then towards the end of the week a more difficult astrological combination is happening. But before I start, I want to invite you to join me on the 28th of May for my webinar all about Taurus. It's part of the foundational astrology course I'm doing. You can just purchase it separately for $29, or you can get the whole course for $250 plus ebook from Marina on the 12 signs. But yeah, we're gonna find out everything about Taurus that you can imagine. You don't need to know any astrology. We're gonna find out why Taurus is much more likely than any other sign to have, for example, tumultuous, turbulent relationships, but very passionate and intense as well, and why this happens. Also, we'll find out why Taurus is one of the signs that is much more likely than others to have big, palatial, beautiful home, because Leo rules its fourth house. And we're going to go through all the houses of Taurus, Taurus in different houses, and planets in Taurus, what it means, so you have the perfect foundation of to know everything about Taurus. Anyway, now let's go to this week. Well, it's the new moon in Gemini. And the new moon, what does it mean? When the sun and the moon join together in the sky, the moon becomes invisible for about 3-4 days while it's the new moon period. And that's why it's advisable not to start new things while the moon is invisible. The first 2 days of the new moon is on the 25th of May, so I think this is Wednesday, so till Friday it's advisable not to start new things, guys, because the moon is what shows, the moon is a planet that allows things to grow materially, to manifest materially in our life. And we want the moon to be visible, the first crescent moon to be visible before we start on new projects, if we want them also to grow and to manifest in a material way. If you start something during an invisible moon, it's more like better to be some inner work that you're doing on yourself rather than something out in the world that you want to have tangible material results. But from Friday onwards, the crescent moon comes up and you have the green light to start new projects. And for the next 2 weeks after that, you have amazing opportunities to start new projects, especially in regards to connected to Gemini, because the moon, when it comes and joins the sun, it's being fertilized. The sun is the male, the moon is the female, gets fertilized, and it's ready to start growing new things in our life for the next 2 weeks. Usually it's in the form of ideas that come to us for the following couple of weeks. So this new moon report is not just for this week, but it's for the next 2 weeks till the full moon in Gemini, basically. First, generally a little bit about the Gemini new moon. What does it normally bring? Well, it's fantastic time over the next 2 weeks to start studying something new, because Gemini is the sign of knowledge, of information, of gathering information, of dispersing information, sharing information. Gemini also rules anything to do with social media, with marketing, with advertising, with learning new skills, whether it's learning a new language or learning to play the piano, learning to speak and or to make a speech, or learning to any skills that we acquire, learning to make pottery, learning to operate a new system, to drive a car, all of those things that we can learn in a practical way through the mind, and all skills that we require our hands to do, because Gemini rules the hands as well, are ruled by Gemini. And that's why the new moon in Gemini says, fantastic time, guys, for the next 2 weeks to, if you want to learn some skill and have it long lastingly in your life, and develop that interest towards it and develop it in a better way, do it after the new moon in Gemini. Wait, again, as I said, till Friday possibly, when the new moon becomes the visible crescent, but the 2 weeks after that, fantastic time for this. Go to a webinar, for example, come to my webinar all about Taurus, or new moon in Gemini on the 25th of May. Caroline has a ceremony for manifestation. It's only $20, and we have a group already, Circle of Manifestation, and it's going to be for manifesting material, for manifesting business skills, new skills as well, commercial activities as well, good communication. So come and join Caroline on that. I'll put a link for her ceremony ritual. There'll be a ritual with do special magical You know, the previous one was for Moon in Taurus, and it was fantastic. This one is for Gemini, for more Geminian skills to learn. Anyway, and yeah, so, oh, and by the way, also because the lord of this new moon is Mercury, because Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury is situated in the very practical sign of Taurus. So this particular new moon, it's about learning practical skills that you can apply and make money through. That's why this new moon ceremony with Caroline will be one focus on acquiring skills and information and attracting the skills and information which will lead us to more material abundance and manifestation and stability, because the lord of Gemini, of the new moon, is in material and money bringing and abundance bringing Taurus, and in practical ways. So it's not going to be just some, you know, just calling to the skies for some inspirations. It's practical and material. So, and for everyone this matters, you know, this new moon in Gemini, whatever you start learning skills, whatever you do in regards, very auspicious for all marketing, internet, advertisement, getting in touch with people, creating new contacts, business or personal contacts as well, creating new associates with you, developing new business plans, marketing strategies, new commercial activities of any sorts. They will, if you start them from the moment the new moon becomes visible from Friday onwards, if you start them, then they will manifest materially for you. They will bring material rewards. Okay, now let's look this new moon, how it's going to affect each sign. Starting from Aries, like baby Kai, whether it's your ascendant or sun in Aries, this new moon falls in your third house, which means everything that we spoke about. The third house is about communication, writing, speaking. So for the next 2 weeks, maybe Kai will say his first word, for example, because it's speaking, talking. But for you Aries, it will be, you'll be able to grow and manifest new commercial relationship, business relationships, new marketing strategies, new social contacts. If you want to do something on social media to spread your influence, fantastic time. You'll get new ideas, new opportunities. If you want to learn, teach something, also develop new skills, fantastic. And your everyday life becomes much busier over the next 2 weeks with the growing moon in, after the full moon in new moon in Gemini, sorry, because third house is doing your everyday business, being very busy with transactions, with activities, with communications, with phone calls, with short travels of any sorts. You'll see an increase of those over the next 2 weeks. And anything connected to such activities, guys, so activities with small groups of people, collaborating with others in small groups as well, they are favored after this new moon in Gemini, and starting such activities will give financial rewards also. Then for Taurus, it's happening, Taurus, for you in your second house of money already. So over the next 2 weeks, you start getting new ideas for how to invest, or maybe to start something new which can bring you financial rewards in some way, you know. So pay attention to that, because the universe wants to grow those things in your life, just like this new moon wants to grow them, your financial material, and something to create more stability for you. And for Taurus, this is so important anyway, because Taurus is a sign which is here to develop material resources, to nurture them, to enjoy them, to spread them to others, to amass them. You know, Taurus is the sign of amassing, building up material assets, and this new moon will allow you to grow exactly such new ideas and opportunity to start cropping up around you. Pay attention, write them down, because they can manifest over the next 1 year. Then for Gemini itself, well, Gemini, this is your sign, and particularly those of you who are born around the 24th, 25th and 26th of June, the new moon is happening exactly on your birthday. What does it mean if you're born on those days? It means that the next 1 year, because around your birthday, it's the energies for the next 12 months are being imprinted. And if there is a new moon on your birthday, it's a very rare event. I think it's happened to me just once in my life before, and this is when I started my astrology business. That year that there was a new moon on my birthday. And if you're born on those days, this is a year that will change your life. This is a year that will turn around the direction and will bring powerful new beginnings in your life. It's like a gift from the universe, you know, so be prepared that this year is life transforming for you. But otherwise, for all other Gemini, this is the start of your season. This is the start of when, as I said, especially around you, even if your birthday is not on the new moon, but from the moment of the new moon onwards, it's time for you to start new beginnings, because there is a new moon in your first house. After the 25th, I would say from the 27th of May start, guys, you'll get lots of new ideas for many directions in your life that will impact you for the next 12 months. Write them down and look for cues. The universe sends you cues when there is around your birthday, you know. And even if it's your ascendant or your moon in Gemini, the sun being in your sign and the moon being there, this new moon indicates the next 2 weeks is time for the universe sending you a signal where you're supposed to go, the direction of your life for the next 12 months. It's revitalizing you. It's bringing new beginnings in your life in many different areas. It's bringing, especially in areas connected to Geminian, you know, communication, information, knowledge, skills, contacts. But overall, Gemini is your first house, so it's your whole life. So yeah, that's quite, you know, I always, when there is a new moon in my sign, ascendant or sun, I crackle with ideas, and Gemini will be the same, will crackle with new opportunities over the next 2 weeks. And it's time for you to start them. Don't be afraid to start new beginnings, but wait till Friday. Then if you're Cancer, the new moon is in your 12th house, which means its 12th house is a bit less visible, but it means that for the next 2 weeks you can be a good time to, for example, to go to foreign countries. 12th house is faraway places, on traveling somewhere, to do some research. The moon will grow your ability to have deeper understanding, because the 12th house does not show material stuff. 12th house shows deeper spiritual understanding, deeper understanding on any subject. So it's a good time for the next 2 weeks if you want to research something, to do it now, because this is the month before your birthday or before the sun comes into your first house, whether it's your ascendant or your sun. And this is the month when people should not be, if you're Cancer, so active. You should take a step back and relax a little bit and kind of re-examine the past. And this new moon can give you insights into what you have to leave behind. And it will continue for almost a whole month, that you're kind of becoming aware what is time for you to leave behind and what to keep for the next 12 months after that. So there might be some reminiscing, some remembering of the past. This new moon can bring something from the past back to reevaluate, to reassess, to see it from a different perspective in some way as well. And it might be a good time also to do something helpful for others. When the new moon happens in your 12th house, Cancer, you should purposefully work with the energies of the new moon with the 12th house, because otherwise 12th house is expenses and something being taken away from you or losing something. But if you consciously go and give something from yourself, help a friend, give a especially because it's Gemini, it's communication. Be a shoulder for someone to cry on. You know, listen to someone, communicate with someone, teach someone a skill, something that you know will not be returned back to you. Don't expect for it to be returned back to you, but the universe will reward you in some way, or at least it's not going to take something from you by force. Okay, and so you're also growing your willingness to leave things behind as well. So that's what this new moon can create for you as well. Then for Leos, the new moon is in your 11th house, which means for the next 2 weeks you can start activities which are connected to creating new social contacts, new friends. You can be, you can also collaborate with large groups of people. 11th house rules large groups of people for the next 2 weeks, and you'll see material results from that. Remember, Gemini rules is ruled by Mercury in Taurus, this new moon. So you benefit materially in some way from those. You can meet new people or like-minded people of some sort and create contacts and connections with them, and this can lead you to more gainfulness, materially, mutually beneficial for both of you, which can help you come closer to your goals in life. Then for Virgo, the new moon is happening in your 10th house. 10th house indicates that for the next 2 weeks there might be new beginnings in regards to your career. There might be new opportunities, like new projects coming that requires more extra skills and good communication skills for you, or whatever skills you've learned to use them, and this will lead again to more financial or more financial stability and security, because Mercury is in Taurus, you know, the planet that rules the new moon. So something happens in your career which is like an opportunity which allows you to create more financial stability or acquire some assets or build better self-confidence, self-value and self-worth. Mercury in Taurus, the sign of self-worth. But yeah, there is opportunity that come to you from authority figures, from people in positions, 10th house, or some ideas that come to you in regards to your career or new developments there that you can grow. Then if you're Libra, it's happening in your 9th house, the new moon, so there can be new opportunities in regards to legalize something for the next 2 weeks. Some 9th house rules the legal system. If you want also traveling, it's great time to travel, to make plans for travel. The universe will grow them, help them manifest to some business plan in regards to matters regarding foreigners, foreign trade, working with people from faraway places, from different states. If you're working on any of those spheres, starting from Friday, they will manifest and give material rewards for you. Also, it can be a great time to get new ideas for pre-qualifying, for changing the direction of your higher education, learning something that will change the direction of your career later on and be more financially rewarding. Remember, Mercury, the planet that rules the new moon, is in Taurus, so this will have long-term consequences on your finances and material stability and self-worth and self-value. If you can learn something new because the new moon is in the 9th house, you can get a new mentor, a new coach, a new inspirational figure, a new mentor figure of some sort, a teacher of some sort, or just you can watch some inspirational video that gives you great ideas as to the direction of your life, what you want to study, what you want to do, where you want to go, which will create down the line financial abundance for you. Okay, then if you're Scorpio, it's happening in your 8th house over the next 2 weeks, from Friday onwards. It's great to arrange any matters connected to mutual resources and finances. You can grow, you can receive material and benefits through other people. So if you say you need resources from someone, you want to use someone's house, or you want to use someone's skills or talents, or someone's investments and money, go and approach them after the beginning of this new moon, because it can grow, it can manifest, and it can be materially rewarding for you. Because remember, Mercury, the planet that rules the new moon, in Gemini, in your 8th house of other people's resources, is in Taurus, which brings money and more stability for you. And also this new moon can open conversations on a very intimate level with other people, because 8th house is this deep intimacy and revealing some secrets to you over the next 2 weeks through communication of some sort. So there are secrets opening up for you, Scorpios. Then if you are, and you can benefit through other resources, we said that. Then if you are Sagittarius, the new moon is happening in your 7th house, renewal and new beginnings in your relationships, renewal and new beginnings in business partnerships. There might be a new business partner that appears, someone that you want to collaborate, new clients that come to you to exchange goods and services with. The 7th house is the marketplace. They can be a new or they can be a renewal in your personal relationship with your partner, love partner, you know, in some way. And you can grow those, you can grow, and if you start relationships on a growing moon in your 7th house, this relationship over the next 2 weeks, this relationship will promise to be growing into your life, whether they're personal or business, for a longer time. And to benefit you in some way, even materially, or improve your self-worth. Because the Lord of the new moon in your 7th house of relationship is in Taurus, the sign of self-worth and financial income and assets. Then if you're Capricorn, the new moon is happening in your 6th house. There can be renewal of your work environment. There can be some new changes happening there over the next 2 weeks. So if you want to make some changes in your personal life where you create more order, where you create more organization and systemization of the environment around you, the new moon in Gemini will allow you to do that. So if you wanted to clean up that house and to make it more organized, if you wanted to clean up your work efficient, to make you more efficient as well, the moon can grow that as well. If you want to make some changes around your work and work methods and your everyday routines, even if you don't go to work, 6th house is your employment, which can bring even new opportunities for employment for you. Capricorn. But if you don't go to work, this can be your daily routines and health habits, or even if you go to work, it's your daily routines and health habits that the growing moon can, if you start them after Friday, from Friday onwards, you are much more likely to keep this for a longer time in your life and to grow them, say, to start waking up early, for example, to start some work exercise or some skills, to gain new skills which help you with your work and gain new work and which brings more financial remuneration or more self-worth for you, or the health changes that you make over the next 2 weeks in diet or whatever, you can keep them for a long time, the positive effects of those, and it will improve your self-worth or even your ability to make better money, because Mercury, that rules the new moon in your 6th house of health and work and routines, is in Taurus, self-worth and finances. Then if you're Aquarius, this new moon is happening in our 5th house, which means that there is a renewal of our love life, of our feelings to loved ones, children, lovers. There can be new creative ideas that come for us that we have to act on. If you have your own business, the 5th house is running your own business, because the 5th house is creative intelligence. Even if the business is not creative, you can come up with new ideas to renew it, to make it better in some way, and act on them from Friday onwards. You can have some new developments in the life of your children happening. You can have new romantic, like you can go on a new date over the next 2 weeks. And if you start dating someone from Friday onwards with this new moon in Gemini for the next 2 weeks, it has a bit better promise for you, Aquarius, that it grows and that it's longer lasting. And new creative impulses that come, act on them. They can bless you materially and they can reward you materially for a long time after that. Okay, if you are Pisces, that's the last sign, the new moon is in your 4th house, Pisces, which means that renewal of your home and family, relationships with loved ones and family. There can be new beginnings in your home. Maybe you can buy new furniture, or you can maybe start looking for new vehicles. The 4th house rules vehicles and home and property. You can start a new vegetable patch in your garden, for example. You can get such ideas that renew your family, your relationships with family, place of living. And if you are looking for a home, if you find it, or if you buy or sell property over the next 2 weeks while the moon is growing and the lord of this new moon is in Taurus, it's going to be financially beneficial for you. You're gonna, or buying cars as well, or selling, this can reward you financially. So that's about the new moon. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And then towards the end of the week and the start of the next week, we have a more difficult astrological configuration, Saturn opposite Mars, guys. This happens once every 2 years only, that Saturn is opposite Mars, once every 2.5 years, and it creates a lot of tension. And it creates a lot of tension, especially for anyone who has any planets in Gemini, or Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Gemini, in Sagittarius, in Pisces, or in Virgo, but not absolutely everyone, only those who have planets there from around the 20th degree to around the 30th degree, the last 10 degrees. They have to be more cautious, because this opposition of the two malefic, Saturn and Mars, Mars is anger, aggression, Saturn is resentment, Saturn is frustration and blockages. So imagine Mars wants to do something new, Mars resists, so there can be frustration in your life. Or both, Saturn is hard work, Mars is putting a lot of energy, so it will be, if you're doing something, Saturn and Mars will require you doing 10 times more efforts, and it will be more frustrating. And you have to be cautious for accidents and for stresses. For everyone this matters, because the energy is just more tense towards the end of the week, starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday for the next week, because of this opposition that is coming close. So you have to be more careful, and you have to be just more cautious what you are, what you're getting involved in a sense, because it will require much more efforts than anything else, and it can create more frustrations. But if those frustrations come, they're short lasted. This transit will fall apart within 3-4 days. And specifically, who has to be careful? Geminis who have Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant from around 21 degrees to around 9 degrees. So those who are basically born with their Sun from around the 12th of June to around the 20th, 21st of June. Those who are Pisces, who are born with Sun, Moon, or Ascendant from around 20 to around 30 degrees in Pisces, which means those who are born from around the 12th of March to around the 18th, 19th of March have to be more cautious from this frustrating energy. They'll feel it. And those of you who are Virgos, who are born from around the 14th of September to around the 22nd of September, they would feel it very strongly. Or those who are Sagittarius, born from around the 13th, 14th of December to around the 20th, 21st of December, they feel this frustration and this push and pull, maybe some clash with authority figures, some more resentful reactions, more, it's just triggering. It can come depending on what house it triggers for you guys. It can activate problems with relationships because it's an opposition with others, more pressure from you from others, so you're reacting also angrily towards others. So you have to be more patient for 3-4 days. Don't be reactive, because you can regret it after that. And everyone else can feel this more frustrating energy for a few days, but especially those that I mentioned, you have to be more cautious. And with driving, with anything, operating machinery, with negotiations and relationships, because these tend to put more pressure on you. So thank you so much. Kai, say goodbye to everyone. Can you see him? Bye bye from Kai and bye bye from Astrolada. I think he's burning. Thank you so much, guys. Come join me for the webinar on the 28th of May for all about Taurus. Or join Caroline for the new moon ceremony in Gemini on the 25th of May.